Ever wondered how a rusty old car spring transforms into a razor-sharp blade? Watch closely. This is pure craftsmanship in action. First, we take the worn-out spring, covered in years of rust, but inside, high-carbon steel, perfect for forging. Heating it to a scorching, red-hot temperature, we hammer it into shape, every strike bringing it closer to its final form. Once forged, it's time to refine. We carefully grind the edges, shaping the steel into a long, sleek blade. The rust is long gone. What remains is raw power and precision. Next, the crucial step, heat treatment. The blade is quenched in oil, making it tough yet razor sharp. A final polish and the transformation is complete. From rusted scrap to a deadly masterpiece, who knew an old car spring held such potential? Want to see more incredible transformations? Stay tuned how a simple round blade transforms into a Damascus knife so sharp it feels like it could cut through time itself. It all starts here with raw, unassuming round blades. But how do they become a masterpiece of unmatched sharpness? Watch as these blades are heated, folded, and forged with precision, layer by layer, creating the mesmerizing patterns that only Damascus steel can achieve. Each fold is a secret, each strike a step closer to perfection. Then comes the quenching, the fiery moment where the blade's destiny is sealed. And when the process is complete, what emerges is nothing short of breathtaking. How does something so ordinary become so extraordinary? Stick around because the journey from round blades to Damascus masterpiece is one you won't want to miss. If you're as fascinated by this transformation as I am, hit that subscribe button and join me as we uncover more incredible stories of craftsmanship. What a handful of dowel nails could become? Watch closely because this transformation will blow your mind. We start with dozens of dowel nails, small, ordinary, but packed with potential. Heating them to a glowing red, they fuse together under relentless hammer strikes. The metal takes shape, layer by layer, forming a solid billet. With precision, the billet is stretched, flattened, and carefully shaped into a cleaver. A few more intense hammer blows, and the rough outline emerges. Now, it's time for grinding, smoothing out the edges, refining the blade, and revealing a mesmerizing texture. A plunge into oil hardens the steel, making it razor sharp and ultra durable. After a final polish and a custom handle, this cleaver is no longer just metal, it's a masterpiece. From simple dowel nails to a stunning cleaver, this is blacksmithing at its finest. Would you try forging one yourself? Let us know in the comments. An old rusty chain could become a razor-sharp Damascus cleaver? Sounds impossible? Let's make it happen. Start with discarded steel chains, battered, forgotten, covered in rust. Beneath that rough exterior lies high-quality steel. We heat it to a scorching red, weld the links together, and start hammering. With every strike, the metal bonds, creating a solid billet. Next, fold and forge, stacking layers upon layers to form the mesmerizing Damascus pattern. Blade takes shape as we cut, grind, and refine its edges. Careful heat treatment locks in its strength, making it razor sharp. From rusty chains to a one-of-a-kind Damascus mini cleaver, who knew scrap metal could look this good? Would you use this in your kitchen? Let me know. Wondered what a simple tractor chain could become? Watch as we turn this rugged metal into a razor-sharp masterpiece. First, we heat the chain until it glows red-hot, melting years of rust and grime. With powerful hammer strikes, the links fuse together, transforming into a solid billet. Now the real magic begins. The billet is shaped, stretched, and carefully forged into a sleek blade. Precision grinding reveals the stunning Damascus-like patterns hidden within the steel. But we're not done yet. After a meticulous heat treatment, the blade is hardened to perfection. A few expert passes on the sharpening stone, and it's sharper than ever. From a discarded tractor chain to a razor-sharp weapon, this is the power of craftsmanship. What should we forge next? Let us know in the comments. Forgotten spring on the street. Most would ignore it, but I saw potential. Could this scrap turn into a razor-sharp masterpiece? Let's find out. First, we break it down, heating, hammering, and shaping it into a rough blade. The spring steel is tough, perfect for a sharp edge. After grinding and refining, it starts to take form. But a knife is nothing without a deadly edge. So we quench it, temper it, and sharpen it to perfection. And here it is. From trash to treasure, a knife born from a simple spring, now sharp enough to cut through anything. Would you believe this came from the street? If you love turning the unexpected into something epic, subscribe now. More insane builds coming soon. What a handful of screws can turn into? Watch closely as we transform them into a razor-sharp masterpiece. First, we bring the screws to blazing heat, fusing them into a solid mass. The intense heat makes the metal pliable, ready to be shaped. With precise hammering, the rough form of the blade starts to emerge. We grind it down, revealing a sleek, sharp edge. Careful heat treatment ensures maximum strength and durability. Final polish, dirty handle, there it is. Knife born from nothing but screws. Who knew something so simple could turn into something this incredible? If you love this transformation, hit that like button and subscribe for more jaw-dropping craftsmanship. A knife so brutal, so unique, that it defies all logic? What if I told you this one has a chain for a handle? Sounds crazy, right? Watch this transformation. It's something you've never seen before. We start with raw steel, shaping a razor-sharp blade that means business. But the real twist? Instead of a traditional handle, we're welding, twisting, and forging a solid steel chain. Not just for looks, but for an unbreakable grip. And there it is, a weapon of pure craftsmanship. The blade, sharp as a razor. The handle, a chain that screams power. Would you dare to hold it? Let me know in the comments. If you love insane builds like this, hit subscribe, because this is just the beginning. What it takes to forge a razor-sharp bunka chef knife? Today we're crafting one using edge bar Damascus, a technique that fuses raw steel into a masterpiece. First, we stack high carbon and nickel steel, forging them under intense heat. The layers weld together, forming a stunning Damascus pattern. Now we shape the billet, ensuring the edge bar aligns perfectly for a razor-sharp cutting edge. After precise grinding and meticulous heat treatment, the steel hardens to perfection. A final acid etch reveals the mesmerizing Damascus waves. The result? A bunka chef knife that's not just sharp, but a work of art. Would you cook with this? Let us know in the comments. Believe what this blacksmith just did. I handed him an old rusty car spring and asked, "Can you turn this into a knife?" His reaction? A smirk. Then he got straight to work. First, he cut the spring down to size. Then, into the blazing forge it went. Red-hot steel, hammered over and over, shaping into something sharp and deadly. Sparks flew, metal screamed, and slowly a blade began to take form. Grinding, polishing, and honing, every stroke brought out the beast in the steel. A razor-sharp edge, a sleek finish, and a handle crafted for the perfect grip. And just like that, from scrap to masterpiece, a brutal, handcrafted knife, sharp enough to cut through anything. So, would you trust a blacksmith to forge your perfect blade? Let me know. Seen steel ripple like water? Today we're crafting a stunning Uto chef's knife with rippled Damascus steel, where art meets precision. It all begins by stacking alternating layers of high carbon and nickel steel. Under extreme heat, we forge weld them together, creating a solid billet. With each fold and hammer strike, the ripple pattern starts taking shape. But the real magic happens when we twist and manipulate the steel, enhancing its fluid-like design. Next, we carefully shape the billet into the sleek form of a Uto blade, ensuring the perfect balance of sharpness and strength. After precise heat treatment, the steel hardens, ready for the next stage. Finally, we submerge the blade in acid, revealing the hypnotic rippled Damascus pattern, a masterpiece forged from fire and skill. Would you trust this blade in your kitchen? Let us know in the comments. How a chef's knife can be both a work of art and a precision tool? Watch as we forge a K-tip knife from twisted Damascus steel, where strength meets elegance. It all starts with layering high carbon and nickel steel, then heating it to a blazing temperature. Once fused, the real magic begins. Twisting the billet to create mesmerizing Damascus patterns. A few hammer strikes, precise forging, and the shape of the K-tip emerges. After hours of grinding and heat treating, the blade gets its razor-sharp edge. The final reveal? A breathtaking K-tip chef's knife with a one-of-a-kind Damascus swirl, sharp, durable, and built for perfection. Would you use this masterpiece in your kitchen? Let us know. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more incredible craftsmanship. If ordinary metal balls could turn into a razor-sharp bayonet knife? Sounds impossible, right? Well, watch closely, because this transformation is nothing short of incredible. It all starts with a handful of plain steel balls. Nothing special at first glance, but under extreme heat, they begin to fuse, forming a solid mass. With relentless hammering, the metal takes shape, slowly resembling the foundation of a deadly blade. Now the real magic begins. Precise forging refines the structure, making it unbelievably strong. Grinding and shaping bring out the perfect edge, and after a meticulous heat treatment, the blade reaches peak hardness. But what's a bayonet without a deadly sharp edge? A final honing turns it into a cutting beast. From simple metal balls to a masterpiece of strength and precision, who knew this was possible? Would you trust this bayonet in a real test? Let us know in the comments. Kitchen knife wasn't just sharp, but a masterpiece of ancient patterns. Today we're crafting a Nakiri knife from pyramid Damascus steel, and the results are mind-blowing. We start by stacking layers of high carbon and nickel steel, forging them under intense heat. Then comes the secret, meticulously pressing and shaping the steel to form pyramid-like patterns. After precision forging, the Nakiri's signature rectangular shape takes form. Grinding, heat treating, and polishing bring out the stunning pyramid Damascus texture. A razor-sharp edge, a flawless finish. This isn't just a knife, it's history forged into steel. Would you add this to your kitchen arsenal? Drop a comment and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insane craftsmanship. How a pile of rusty metal scraps transforms into a razor-sharp masterpiece? Watch closely. This is no ordinary knife-making process. It all starts with discarded metal, old tools, broken machinery, forgotten fragments. But in the hands of a skilled craftsman, these scraps hold endless possibilities. Heated to extreme temperatures, the metal glows red-hot, ready for transformation. With each hammer strike, the rough shape of a blade emerges. Next, precise grinding refines the edges, turning raw steel into a lethal work of art. But the real magic? Heat treatment. A quick dip into oil hardens the blade, making it stronger than ever. Finally, meticulous sharpening brings it to perfection, sharp enough to slice through anything effortlessly. From scrap to perfection, this isn't just a knife, it's a testament to craftsmanship. Would you wield one of these? Let us know.